Right. Good morning. Ooh, maybe I should wipe my camera down. Okay. See how that goes. Alrighty. Welcome. Thanks all for being here. All right. Let's get right into it. So we can take our thumbs, tuck them into our fingers, allow our hands to rest on our thighs. And we'll just take a few moments to arrive here together. Maybe just beginning by allowing the earth to hold us, which can sometimes be harder than it sounds. And when we speak of the earth in the macrocosmic context, that's reflected by our bodies in the microcosmic context. And so, allowing the earth to hold us gives us a chance to see where we might be holding in our own bodies, not able to let go and relax and be held. So just feeling the ground and the earth underneath you, underneath all of us, no matter where we are on the planet. It's the same planet that we're on. And again, allowing that support of the earth to reveal any areas in our body where we might be holding some tension, resisting. And as you feel into your body, just breathing deep into the body. Allowing the movement of the breath to help you be held by the earth. And just allowing this experience to be the focus of the mind. The experience of the earth holding you, the experience of allowing ourselves to be held by the earth, the experience of noticing ways that we allow that to happen and ways that we don't. Breathing. Just allowing that to be the focus. Being with that. And as you're ready, we can bring our hands together, Gently rub our palms together, maintaining an awareness of our bodies, the earth beneath us, maintaining an awareness of our breath, and we'll take a deep breath in together, and exhale, shake it out. Gently rubbing the palms together, and again, receiving a deep, nourishing breath into the body. And if you'd like to massage one hand with the other, taking a few moments as you do that to feel in between the long bones in the front and the back of your palm. Feel around the base of the thumb and the pinky edge of the hand, maybe even out the fingers. Just spending any extra time where you're called to give some extra time. And when you finish one hand, then you can switch over to the other hand. The tips of the fingers around the nail bed are very good for helping to open the orifices, the sensory orifices like the eyes and the nose and the ears. So just spending some time, taking some time, often we kind of breeze through this, rubbing the hands, massaging the hands, but we can take some time with it to feel what our hands feel like. And when that feels complete, you can rub the palms and then take a nice deep breath in together. Shake it out. Freshen up the chi in the palms. And then we can bring our hands onto our faces and just gently massage your face. And when you're ready, another deep breath in. Rubbing the palms together, breathing deeply. And then we can take our fingers and rub them over our scalps. And you can go front to back. You can go back and forth. About a quarter or a third of the way back on the top of the head, often there's usually a nice little indentation there where our frontal bone is meeting our parietal bones, and it's a great area to stimulate to help with the sinuses. Massaging around the base of the skull where the back of our head meets our neck is a great area to massage for neck and shoulder tension, and even tension all the way down the back. Often getting these muscles, these erector muscles at the base of the skull to open and relax, has an impact all the way down the backside of the body. And when you're ready, your hands can slide down the back of the neck and come around. And then a nice deep breath in. Shake it out. Rubbing the palms and breathing. Allow your body to be nourished by your breath. Allow your mind to be nourished and calmed by the awareness of your body and your breath. And we'll take our palms and cup them over our eyes. Gentle pressure to the eye sockets. Feeling into the sensation of the eyeballs within the eye sockets. Noticing where we might be holding tension in the muscles of our eyes. And again, as you're ready, nice deep breath in, shake it out, rubbing the palms together, breathing. And then we'll take the base of our left hand in between the eyes and just gently draw the hand across the forehead, off to the side, changing sides. Just feeling what this feels like. Seeing if you can find a way of doing this that feels good, that feels nourishing, purposeful. And when you finish the next pass with whichever hand you're using, you take another deep breath in, shake it out, rub the palms together and breathe deeply. We can take the edge of our thumbs to either side of the nose and just gently massage from the base of the nose up to the inner corners of the eyes. And if you want to stay up high, you can, if that feels good. If you want to stay down low, you can, or somewhere in between. And again, deep breath in and out. Rubbing the palms. Nourishing the body with your breath. Let's take the tips of the thumbs on either side of the mouth. One hand below, one hand above, and draw back and forth. You can go at whatever speed feels good. You can try different speeds, different amounts of pressure. Doing this often generates saliva, so you can let it pool in your mouth before you swallow it. You can charge the saliva with intention. Deep breath in and out. Rubbing the palms together, breathing. And let's take our palms now and make forward circles over our ears. And again, a deep breath in and out. Rubbing our palms together, breathing deeply, consciously. Remember, we talked about the year of the fire horse. Fire, fire. Fire has a tendency to overact on metal, the lungs, the breath. Breathing, nourishing our bodies with breath, keeping our lungs strong by breathing will help us to maintain balance during this powerful year. And then let's do the self-shoulder massage, beginning with the left arm. Up to the right shoulder, and alternating side to side. Going at your pace. Bringing some intention or awareness to your hand as it moves through space and lands on your shoulder. Like, what do you want to happen when you do this? You don't have to want anything to happen. You can just be with what's happening. But you can have intentions, motivations. This is the master point of the sinew meridians on the body. Get things moving in this area, get this area opened, helps the whole body to open, to move a little more freely. One more time on each side. Big breath in and out. Rubbing the palms and breathing. Let's bring our right fingertips into a beak. Find the bottom of your left collarbone and slide out into the hollow space. Left fingertips into a beak, find the bottom of your right rib cage and just follow it down until you find a little notch. And then we can tap both of these spots, nice and easy, making small circles as we do. Feeling what these areas feel like. Breathing into the space in between these 2 points. Letting what's there be felt. Bear witness to what is there. Bear witness to the sorrows and the joys. It's all included. It's all necessary. When you're ready, you can transition to open palms and then just gently massage both of these areas, continuing to breathe. And let's change sides. So left fingertips under the right collarbone, sliding out to the hollow space. the right fingertips following the base of the left rib cage down until we find a little notch, and then just gently tap. Making small circles with your hands as you tap to feel the area where you're tapping, to maybe find a spot that stands out. Maybe it's a pinpoint, maybe it's as big as $50. Feel what's there and breathe. If you find yourself not breathing because of what you're feeling, breathe. As you're ready, you can transition to open hands and then massaging both of these points. Continuing to breathe, continuing to feel, continuing to be, and be with what is. And then a deep breath in. And out. Rubbing the palms together. Nourishing your body with your breath. Let's bring our hands over our lower ribs. Massaging the lower ribs, the area of the spleen and the stomach and the pancreas and the liver and the gallbladder. And from there we can expand our circles to include the abdomen. And maybe one hand finds its way over the chest and the other over the belly. Maybe whichever hand is on top switches places with the hand that was on top or on the bottom. Maybe your hands come together and work together, making circles in one direction and then the other, and just feeling which direction feels appropriate. And both hands can come around your waist to the area of the lower back, the lower ribs, the SI joint, the hip bones. And then we can draw our hands out, shake them out. Rub the palms together. Breathe. Massaging the arms now. We'll start with our left arm and tap our fingertips. Run up the outside and down the inside. And go however fast feels appropriate. Use however much or however little pressure you would like. But feel what this feels like. Just be with the sensation. Be with what is happening. And then up one more time and down. Changing sides, tapping the fingertips up the outside, down the inside. One more time, up and then down. Big breath in and out. Rubbing the palms together, we can bring our feet out in front of us. And then using our thumbs to massage the bottom of our feet, using our fingers to work in between the long bones on the top of our feet. And massaging along that edge of the foot that's facing up towards us. And you may find a spot or several spots that feel particularly tender. So give those areas some extra attention. And whenever you're ready, you can follow the funnel on the bottom of the foot down into the deepest hollow. Just applying some gentle pressure on the acupoint on the bottom of the foot, the bubbling spring. And then from here, we can bring the hands up the inside of the legs and thighs and around the hips and down the outside. Going at your speed, using the amount of pressure that feels good to you. And up one more time, and around and down and out. And a nice deep breath in. Shaking it out. Rubbing the palms together. Tucking the thumbs back into the fingers, letting the hands rest back on the thighs. And again, allowing the earth to hold you. Breathing deep into the body. Allowing this support and breath to nourish and calm your mind. And whenever you're ready, you can, wiggle your fingers, flutter your eyes. All right. Any questions about anything? Okay. So, we have a question.
Why do the nail beds, what's the connection with the surfaces?
Yes, so the nail beds on the fingers and the toes, these are the Zheng well points is what they're called on the meridians. And they're actually the access point for what are known as the sinew meridians. And so the sinews move us through the universe, move the universe through us. And they all have a direct relationship to the sensory orifices on the head. And there's basically in meridian theory and in acupuncture and Chinese medicine, the further away you are from the point of the problem, the stronger of an effect you can have. But traditionally, in all of the acupuncture texts, the modern ones talk about how these points restore consciousness. And they can actually be helpful. If someone has fainted, you kind of stimulate these points and you will wake up, or help them to wake up. But restoring consciousness also has to do with clearing away the accumulation of gunk that happens around our sensory orifices. So kind of helping to restore awareness. Yeah, and so, for the sinuses in particular, massaging around the thumbs and the index fingers, and actually the second, third, and fourth toes, if you want to play with those. And again, just spending some time in textbooks, you'll see there's an actual point that they talk about where it is, but in reality, it can be anywhere along the nail bed. And so you can just massage along the nail bed, and it may be where they're traditionally located, that's where you'll feel the kind of exquisite tenderness, but it may not be. And so it's kind of massaging the whole nail bed, and if you find a spot where it's like, ooh, hello, like, hang out there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and these Jing well points are, so they help to restore consciousness, they help to open up the orifices. They're also kind of the first line of defense, because the sinew meridians are what connect the Wei Qi, or they circulate the Wei Qi, which is like our immune system, essentially. And so if you feel like, ooh, I just got exposed to something, I might be coming down with something, massage your Jing well points. That's kind of like the first line of defense to go to. And that can help to vent things out. If we're looking at it from a Western perspective, we do know that our nervous system pays most attention to our hands and our feet, hands even more than feet, and our nose and our lips and our ears. And so that's where most of our nervous system is paying a lot of attention to. And that's why a lot of acupuncture points, some of the most potent acupuncture points, are in these areas of the hands and the feet and the ears. We don't necessarily needle the nose and the lips, but again, you can have a big effect on the whole system by going to those areas. Yeah. And that's why they can be a little tender, and so in modern acupuncture, especially in the US, they don't get used that much, because in the US, we don't like to feel pain. We don't like anything that's uncomfortable. But sometimes that's what actually, good medicine is often bitter. Yeah. All right. Great, thank you. So, let's do some practice. So my plan for today is for our standing practice, we're going to do Buzheng Qigong. We haven't done that in a while. Simple, yet profound. And then we'll move from the Buzheng Qigong into the 9 phases of Qi cultivation. Another oldie but goodie that we haven't done in a little while. All right, so that's our plan. All right. And, if at any time you want to sit, lay down, these forms, they work well with that too. So let's begin by just orienting ourselves into our new posture, whether you're standing, sitting, lying down. And again, kind of working with this theme. So we talked about, it's the year of the fire horse. Fire, fire. What helps to keep fire from flaring too out of control is earth. That gravitational pull of earth can pull that energy of fire kind of down and keep it grounded. So we want to connect with the earth. We want to feel the ground beneath our feet. We want to feel our bodies being supported by the earth. We want to be here with what is, even if what is isn't ideal. Developing the capacity to be there without being swept away by reactivity. You know, equanimity doesn't mean that everything is fine all the time. Equanimity means we can be with what is and not be carried away with any reaction to what is. So allow the earth to provide some stability. And then we talked about metal, needing to fortify metal so that it doesn't get overacted upon by fire, that our breathing isn't affected, that we don't want to stop breathing. We don't want to breathe too quickly or too shallowly, because that will allow the fire to go up and get a little crazy. So slow, deep breaths within the body, earth and metal. And earth and metal are both conducive to this energy of water, of inward reflection, of calm stillness, of a depth that is very powerful, a wisdom. So feeling the feet on the ground, maybe rocking a little forward and backward to get a sense of your weight and where it's making contact with the earth. Maybe lifting the toes, maybe softening the knees a little more than you think you need to. Find stability. Allow your weight to really root down through your heel bones and the outer edges of your feet. A gentle spreading of the floor with your feet to find that outer edge of the foot so that you can soften the knees and settle more into the heels. And using a little effort to make that contact, and then see if you can relax and just root in, staying rooted. And from that rooted groundedness, lift away with the back of your head. Lift away from that root through the base of the skull, up and back, so the chin slightly tucks, the neck gets longer, the collarbones lift and spread wide. The shoulder blades are nestled on the backside of the rib cage, but not squeezing towards each other. They're just resting. If you'd like, you can turn your palms open to externally rotate the shoulder joint, allowing the chest to open a little further. And again, we're kind of amplifying here so that you can feel what we're looking for, and then, relax out of it, but maintain that awareness of rootedness and liftedness and openness. And in all of that space, breathe. Breathe into the whole rib cage. Breathe into the back side of the rib cage. And if you feel yourself a little too open and lifted and unsteady, spread the floor apart. Root. If you feel yourself too rooted and heavy and compressed, lift through the base of the skull. If you feel yourself a little too pulled back or pull forward, think about breathing wide. And then let's breathe together. So let's inhale and turn our palms forward. Exhale, turn the palms backwards. Inhaling, palms forward. Exhaling, palms backwards. This time, inhale, palms forward. Let the weight come more into the balls of the feet. Exhale, palms backward. Let the weight settle more in the heels. Maybe lift your toes, keeping the balls of the feet rooted, and then inhale, palms forward. Weight shifts forward very gently. And exhale, weight shifts back, toes lift. Inhale, palms forward. Let the hands float up, weight coming into the front of the foot. Exhale, palms down, hands move back behind us, knees are unlocked, weight shifts into the heels, toes lift, balls of the feet stay on the ground. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling, palms forward, weight shifts. Maybe you come off of the heels very slightly. Exhaling, heels come down, balls of the feet stay rooted, toes lift, hips shift back with the hands, and then we inhale. And exhale. Lifting through the back of the skull as we reach the hips behind us, and then we inhale. And exhale. Flowing motion. Just allow this movement to be fluid. Taking your time, finishing one thing before you begin the next thing. Little bit of movement now, so we'll inhale the hands up and step the feet together as the hands come down. Inhale the hands up, weight shift, step out. As you exhale, weight shift, bring the other foot in. And inhale, stepping out. Exhale, stepping in. Take your time. Maybe even go just a beat slower than you want to. Again, stepping out on the inhale. Exhaling, stepping in. One more time, we'll step out. Feet can stay where they are, and we'll exhale. In. And out. One more time, in. And out. And then just relaxing. Adjust your stance as needed. Settle back in. Feel the ground beneath you. Let your knees be soft. Maybe lift your toes. Maybe spread the floor apart to find your heels. Find your root. Lift up away from that through the base of the skull. Up and back. Chin slightly tucks. Chest, collarbones lift and spread wide so we can breathe into the sides and the back of the rib cage. Feel the ground beneath you. Allow it to hold you. Breathe deep into your body. Let's inhale, and as we do, the hands float up the front of the body. When the palms get to our face, turn them up and look up. And then exhale, the hands come around. Make fists with your hands and press the fists together. Inhale, roll yourself up. Palms up, there's a gentle arching of the back. And then exhale, the hands come around, the chin moves towards the chest, the fists press in towards each other, and you exhale out, and then inhale up. Stretch. Exhale. As you make fists with your hands, you can make fists with your feet. Squeeze. Inhale. Long, slow exhalation. Keep exhaling. Wring your body all the way out, and then inhale. Exhale. Fists with the hands, fists with the feet, maybe even scrunch your face, squeeze your muscles, and then open. Breathe. Inhale, fill yourself up. Exhale, wring yourself out. Squeeze yourself out like a sponge so that you can then receive. Pumping blood through our body. Pumping the lymph through our body. Exchanging chi with the universe. We're exposed to a lot. Physical and energetic and emotional toxins. This helps to move them through, to pump them through. Opening, stretching, and then exhaling, contracting. Squeeze it out. And breathe it in. Nice breath in. And again, really bring your breath all the way out as much as you can. And then inhale. Let's do 2 more. One more. A gentle arch, looking up, exhaling, bringing everything out, squeeze it all the way out. Inhale, roll yourself up. Exhale, relax. Feeling your weight distributed through the bottoms of your feet into the earth. Feeling your weight lifting up and back through the base of your skull, extending into the sky. Breathing your weight wide through the sides and the back of your rib cage. 360 degrees of breath. Feeling the breath energy, the chi moving through your body. Being the conduit between heaven and earth. Next movement. Let's inhale ourselves nice and tall. And as we exhale, let's bend over towards the mirrors. Put a micro bend in that mirror knee. Your window hand can come to your hip. And then press through the leg, pressing through the leg to come back up on the inhale. Get nice and tall. Exhaling over towards the windows. Micro bend in the window knee. Mirror hand on the hip. And then using the leg, lift with the leg, not the back on the inhale. And exhale. Just taking your time. Moving like this. You don't have to go too far. Stay within your comfort zone. We're not looking for sharp, pointy edges. We want to find ease. We want to invite space in between the vertebral bodies. We want to help hydrate the intervertebral discs. Gravity tends to compress our discs, which pushes things from the center out to the periphery. And so doing this movement side to side helps. It's like fluffing up a pillow, bringing everything back towards the center. Excuse me. Thank you. And so not only is this movement helpful for our spinal health, it's just deeply relaxing. Going nice and slow, harmonizing the movement and the breath. Feeling where it's safe to move. As you tilt to one side, you can play with where your gaze is. Maybe it's 45 degrees down towards the floor. Maybe it's straight out in front of you. Maybe it's up 45 degrees. The different angles will have a different effect on your neck. So just feel what feels good. The next time you inhale up, let's inhale the arms out to the sides, and only if it feels good. Exhaling, one hand comes down, that knee still bends, we're braced, and the upper arm comes over just as much as is comfortable, and then inhaling up, and exhaling to the other side, so towards the mirrors. Mirror knee is bent, hand provides stability, upper hand goes over. And again, not going too far. Staying in the zone of comfort. Maybe not even using the arms, or maybe the arm just comes straight up. We inhale. And exhale. Bending the knee. You can bend the knee a little deeper if that's helpful. And then always pressing through the foot. Letting the leg help you come back up to stand. Exhaling. You can take a wider stance if that feels good. Wind in the bamboo. Bamboo is very strong. You can take the top of a very tall stalk of bamboo and bend it all the way down to the ground, and it won't break. Part of its stability comes from its hollowness. Flexibility. Not rigid, not solid, not full of stuff. Inhaling up. Exhaling over for the the last time, inhale. And exhale the hands down. Adjust the stance as needed. Breathe. Now this next movement we'll be moving, and it extends the breath. And so it can introduce a little challenge for the breath, which can introduce a little stress into the system if it feels too stressful. You don't have to breathe in this way, but a little bit of stress in a controlled environment, that's what we call hormesis. That's what helps to build resilience within our systems. So let's build our resistance. So we're going to inhale, and the hands are going to float up to the throat. Turn the palms up, and then exhale. Keep exhaling until your hands are out wide, and then we're going to inhale. Up to the throat. Turn the palms up and exhale. And you may finish exhaling before your hands reach out to the sides. So just hang out and then inhale. And you may finish inhaling before your hands reach your throat. So just hang out and exhale. And inhale. Take your time. Notice if there's a tendency to want to move a little faster so that you can be done and get to the next thing. If there's a tendency to not want to be challenged or a little bit stressed. Or maybe it's fine. And if it's fine, see if you can extend it and find your edge where it starts to feel just a little less fine. Let's do 3 more rounds. Find your edge and hang out there. One more round. Inhale as we've been doing. Turn the palms down and exhale. And relax. Breathe. Feeling the ground beneath you, feeling your feet as they make contact with the earth, lifting up and away through the base of your skull, creating length down your neck and spine, breathing wide into the rib cage, And as is often the custom with Zheng Qigong, we will do a little shi shi hu breathing. 2 inhalations, shi shi, 1 exhalation, hu. The inhalations are little sips of breath because you're taking 2 of them. You don't need to take 2 big breaths. 2 sips, big exhale. If you feel yourself getting dizzy, inhale less. Nice and slow to begin, like this. And you can inhale and exhale both through the nose. But the mouth is an option for the exhale if needed. Slowly. All the way out before you inhale. Forceful on the exhale. Bring it out. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more. Big inhale. Exhale. Another big inhale. Exhale. One more. Nourish your body with your breath. Feel the blood pumping through your whole body. That blood is carrying oxygen. Oxygen is qi. Feel the blood and the qi bubbling through your whole body. Going into places where it needs to go. If there's an area that can use some support, put your hands there, put your intention there. You can touch, you can press, you can tap, you can pinch. Guide the medicine that you've just made to the areas that need it. And continue to breathe and continue to circulate the blood and the qi to every cell. Allow every cell to receive that qi and then to also move it through, to release it. Exchange. And then relax into your stance. Let's inhale the arms out and up. Bring the feet a little closer together. Exhale down. Soften your knees. Inhale, open, out. And then exhale, let the hands move towards each other. As you inhale, lifting through your elbows, spreading wide, lengthening through the legs. And then exhale, softening. Knees move away from each other as the knees bend. Inhaling. Exhaling. Discovering Qi. Allowing this dynamic horse dance to awaken your body, to bring your awareness into your body, to bring breath through your body. Discover Qi. Discover your body. Discover your breath and the focus of your mind. On the next inhale, open out wide. Exhale, the hips reach back, the knees bend, the spine stays tall as we reach down, and then pressing through the heels, inhaling up, and then exhale. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, down the front of the body. Inhale, open. Exhale, hips back, knees bend like we're squatting because we are. Knees move away. Inhale, pressing up through the feet. Exhale, relax. Inhale, gather. Exhale, down the front of the body. In, out. Just as low as feels comfortable. Pressing through the heels, the hips come up, the body follows. Relax. In and out. In, out. Gather the earth up into your body and share it. Gather the sky into your body. Share it. Filling ourselves up and letting it go. Receiving and releasing. Just coming and going. Always full, always empty, supported and held. One more time, inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhaling the arms out, exhaling down. Shift your weight towards the window so we can pivot. Inhale the hands up to the heart, and then exhale, flow out. As you shift forward, you can adjust the back foot as needed, and then inhale in, and then exhale down just as low as is comfortable. Bend that front knee and then press through the front foot to come up on the inhale. Exhale. Use your front foot to press you back as you inhale. Exhale, a micro bend in the front knee so that you can inhale, press through the front foot to come up. And out. In and out. Strong front leg. Inhale. Exhale. In and out. In and out. One more time. exhaling down. Strong front leg to come back up. Turn to face forward. Exhale the hands around. Inhale the arms out to the side. And then exhale, as you do, shift your weight towards the mirrors, pivot towards the windows. The hands can come up on the inhale. And then exhale, shifting the weight forward, which allows you to adjust the back foot as needed. Inhale, coming in. Exhale, going down just as much as is comfortable. Micro bend in the front knee. Press through the front foot to come up on the inhale. And out. In. And out. Strong front leg, lifting with the legs. Exhaling. You don't have to go too deep into the knee bend, pressing back with the front foot as you inhale. And exhale. In. And out. Inner rivers flowing. Inhaling. Flowing down. Inhaling, flowing back. Exhale, flowing out. Inhale. And down. Press through the foot. One more full cycle. In. Exhale down. Inhale, turn to face forward. Exhale, the hands come around. Palms back to back. Inhale up. And then roll the palms together in front of the heart. Taking a moment here. Feeling your breath. Feeling your hands as they press towards each other gently. Resting. These first three movements really help us to wake up, especially our legs and lower body. Now we're moving into our middle dantian, the area of the heart and the lungs, the arms, the shoulder blades. So let's open our heart in 4 directions. Take an inhale. Exhale, send the hands out in front. Inhale, open. And then exhale, open wide, press. Inhale, the hands come in, turn the palms up. Exhale, press up. Inhale. Exhale, press down. Palms back to back. Inhale to the heart. And exhale, open your heart as far as it will go. Inhale. Exhale, open your heart as wide as it will go. In. Palms up, exhale your heart as high as it will go. In. Exhale, opening the heart as deep as it will go. Palms back to back. Exhale. Inhale. In. Exhale up. In. Exhale down. 2 more. Inhale. Strong exhale. One more time. Palms back to back. Exhaling at the heart. Breathe a couple breaths. Tracing the meridians, we can bring the hands up over the face. Breathe natural. Hands come down the back of the head, around the base of the neck, under the collarbones, under the arms, down the back side of the body, up the front of the legs, over the belly to the chest. We'll open the mirror hand and trace down the inside of that arm, over the hand, up the outside onto the face, and then out towards the windows, from the chest, down the inside of the arm, up the outside onto the face. The window arm comes in, the mirror arm comes in, and we come over the head and around the base of the neck, under the collarbones, down the backside of the body, up the front, over the belly and the chest, and then out one arm, up the outside onto the face, out the other arm, up the outside. One arm comes in, and then the other, over and around, under and down, up the front, belly, chest, out the inside, up the outside, and out the other side. One arm comes in, and then the other one more time. Over and around, under and down. Up the front, out one arm, and then up. Out the other arm, and up. One arm comes in, and then the other. Lift through your elbows. Part the clouds. Let the window hand float down and come across the front of the body. As it floats up, the other hand floats down, and we bring both hands across. So almost like making a square. One side of the square, and then the top and the bottom of the square, and the other side. Both hands moving together, taking your time, and over time, the corners of the square might start to become a little more rounded. As we rotate with the body, our weight shifts towards the side we're moving towards, and then we can lift and shift towards the other side. So a nice rotation of the body is what moves the arms. Weight shift. Breathing slowly, naturally. We can inhale and exhale. In and out. In and out. One more time. Switch. This time when your upper hand comes in front of your face, pause. Bring the other arm up to cross. And then we'll inhale the hands to the hips. Exhale, bending the knees slightly, and then inhale, lifting. Exhale, down the front of the body. Inhale. Just a little squat, stay tall. So we're not hinged, we're not folding, and then inhale. Exhale. Going just as deep as is comfortable. In. Hips back, knees bend slightly as the hands reach out, the hips counterbalance away, and we lift and relax. In, out, in, out. Take your time. Two more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, gathering up what you would like to gather, what you would like to bring in deep into your body. One more time. Exhale. Down to the lower dantian. Take a breath or two or three. And then we can relax. Palms back to back. We'll inhale up. Exhale, open in front of the belly. Inhale like you're playing the Qi accordion. Exhale. One hand on top, one hand below. Inhale. And exhale. Flip the hands over. In and out. This time, inhale, one hand up and over the shoulder. Maintain a connection between the hands. Exhale. Other side. In and out. Vertically. Switch. Diagonally. One more time. Length. Switch. Inhale, length with rotation. Hands facing each other. Now we'll inhale, draw them up the front of the body. Exhale the hands away and the weight shifts slightly back into the heels to counterbalance the arms. In and out. Two more. Nice and slow. Inhale. Exhale. Like we're drawing energy with the inhale, slowly up the spine, the neck, over the top of the head, and letting it flow down the front of the body. One more time, we're going to come up. And then exhale the hands out in front. And just let them come to rest. And not too far out in front, not too close. Find your Goldilocks spot. Reach up through the base of the skull, let the shoulders relax. If you need to bring the hands down in front of the chest, in front of the lower dantian, that is an option. So again, lift your toes. Find the outer edges of your feet. The knees move away from each other. Lift up and back through the base of the skull so the chin tucks, the back of the neck is lengthened. Breathe wide into the side of the rib cage. Feel the challenge. Find your edge. Feel a little uncomfortable. Let the heat build. Let yourself get to the point where you say, maybe I need a drink of water, maybe I need to go to the bathroom, maybe I don't ever want to do this class again. Learn what it's like. Learn what you're like at your edge. And be there. Deal with it. If you need to make micro adjustments, bend your knees a little more, a little less, you can do that. You can manage yourself. We can manage ourselves. As we build capacity, as we build resilience. Feel the earth supporting you. Feel all of us together practicing, supporting each other. Ideally, we would stay here for much longer. But for now, we'll take a nice deep breath in together. And then exhale, the hands come down. Inhale, out and up, step the feet a little closer together. And exhale. Let your hands just rest by your sides. Stand comfortably. Breathe. Feel the effects of your practice. Take refuge in practice. Take refuge in the earth, being held by the earth. Take refuge in your breath. Take refuge in the awareness of your breath and your body between heaven and earth, supported and in a community that we are all a part of on this planet. And allow your practice to be for the benefit of all beings. Let's bring our hands together and gently rub our palms together. Relax your stance. Shake it out a little if you need. Let's massage our faces. Back and forth over the top of the head. Down the back of the neck and around. Over the chest, lower ribs and belly. Around the waist to the lower back. Draw the hands out. Shaking them out. Pat up one arm. And down. Up the other arm. And down. And then around and down. Up the front. One more time. Around and down. Up. 3 big sighs of relief. All right. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you for practicing. And if you'd like a recording of the video, let me know. All right.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you all for being here. I hope you have a great week. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Thanks a lot.